So I've got a broken lock in the Nissan. I've already removed it here, so I can't lock or unlock the car. So I've pulled it off to find out what the problem is, and after inspecting a bit closer, I've discovered there's a plastic bolt just here that's missing. So we've got 1, 2 and 1 missing, and that appears to be causing the problem. So that's actually, I found the plastic, the lug, and that's it there. So I have had a look on YouTube, and there's a really good post here about how to pull apart this contraption. I can go buy a new one, $300, or there's a couple of other options a little bit cheaper, but I'm hoping just with a $4 bolt, or some bolts worth $4, I'll be able to pull this apart and repair it and get it all back together. So let's see how we go. So I've got to drill out this rivet before I can take or separate the plastic with the main frame. So, as well as losing a bolt just there, I think with this spring here has also come off the little seat that it sits on. So I've got to put that back on because it appears to, all the mechanisms seem to be on an angle. So I'd say losing the bolt, or that bolt's caused that problem as well. This is what the bolt was. It's a mushroom bolt, so fairly thick at the top. So compared to the plastic one, as you can see, it's fairly thin. So what I've tried to do is grind that down so this is as thin as that one. So I think that's pretty good. So, all going to plan, except for the spring. I still haven't solved that problem. Everything seems to be working. So pull that, that's moving. There's our bolt underneath. If I turn this one, oops, that makes that go up and down, the striker pin. So we seem to all be working now. I just got to put the spring back in here to pull that back. Then I should be able to reassemble it. So I've got that little spring in. Originally I thought the round bit would have went over. There's a bit of plastic there in the middle, just underneath there. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it actually, one bit goes in here and the other one in a small hole. So if I turn that and release it, it bounces back. So that appears to be working. I will go and put grease on everything in a minute, but I might install it, make sure it's working, then take it out, then grease it all up. So I've now successfully replaced that bolt, which is sealed inside. So I've got 3 bolts. The mechanisms seem to be working. So I'll reassemble it back in the car and see if it works. Okay, so I've come back to this a couple of hours later. Still got a slight problem where this pin here is not going down into this hole here. So, and that's just causing problems when I put it all back together. It's because that's not going all the way down, it's jamming the mechanism up here. So still working on a few solutions, tossing up whether I drill into there or I'm not sure. Just going to keep working on it, but yeah, we're getting there. So after many hours, a lot of different attempts, I finally have got the Nissan Patrol right front door lock working. Well, it's working outside the car. So I've replaced replaced this bolt. I had to drill out a pot rivet that was holding it all together because it is a one piece. So drilled that out and I've replaced that with a bolt. Little bit of work inside. There was a spring that I had to realign, and also a pin as well that wasn't seating properly. So I've had to grind that back a little bit as well. So, but so far it all appears to be working. We'll see how it goes.